this is the church for which I gave up my own indigenous African belief to be a part of. I see a lot of hope. Sister, you had a question in there.
I don't have a question, it's just a contribution on the section of women. First of all, thank you for your excellent presentation for these 3 days. And I come from Tanzania. The women, as he said, it's good that there is someone who is raising the awareness within the church and within the community to see the goodness which has been done and to see the weaknesses which has to be improved and to be changed. In this area, I can say in the church, be a Eucharist minister, do something, but in the part of the area in Tanzania, especially my diocese, I can't distribute Eucharist.
You cannot distribute the Eucharist?
No, because of the power, because they think they have enough priests. Even if it is only one priest and there is a crowd of faithful, he can do the service maybe 2 hours. And the sisters, we are just sitting on the pew. But in the area, the same Tanzania, I said in Mwanza, Dar es Salaam, I can distribute Eucharist meal. And it seems there is a little bit of improvement. It is coming slowly, but not so fast as we would like to. So it is a struggle. We have a long way to go. But I'm happy that at least even the church, the second synod, which happened
2009.
Yeah, 2009. At least there were a few women participated in that, synod. And I hope this light will continue so that the church can see the service of the women. Without women, the church can't grow.
Thank you very much. Adrian? Yeah.
Do you think that the African Synod, the bishops of the African Synod, presented the African reality and the best gifts of the African church to the people in Rome listening? Or were the participants in the Synod also kind of, company guys, I guess is the best way I can think of it? Or do you think that they honestly or genuinely were able to present the beauty of all the things that we've been talking about these last 3 days to the center of power?
Yes, Adrian. Yes, more so this time than the last time in 2009. I think there was a much stronger articulation of the issues at the Synod. We still have to wait and see the apostolic exhortation to come out of this, because the experience of 1994 was that not everything that was put forward as propositions eventually makes it into the final document in the form and the shape in which it was originally articulated. But I would say, in answer to your question, the issues were articulated in a much more critical manner and more forceful manner at the second synod. So I really would like to see what the outcome would be in terms of the final document. Please.
Yeah. Father, thank you for mentioning life and death issues that are affecting Africa. You said treatment of women, for example, ecology, immigration, unemployment. How is the church helping to fight malnutrition and hunger among the children and the people in general? Is it working with the government agencies or multinational corporations? Is it doing it on its own? Is it dependent on foreign contributions from different parts of the world? How is the church?
This question, I would have liked Sister to respond, because, and I say that because when you talk about issues such as hunger, malnutrition, HIV/AIDS response to that, I believe that it's important not to talk globally as the church, because actually the people who represent the church in these contexts are really mostly religious communities of women. That's why I would have loved for Sister to comment on your question. But you know, the point is, and I mentioned this in our first conversation, that when it comes to education and health, that globally, the Christian community has really been a very positive presence. But you can break that down, not just in general, but particular communities. And they are mostly communities of religious women. Yeah, sister wants to say something.
Regarding this hunger and the diseases, I think the church has contributed much to this issue, and especially with the women in the centers of the churches. They have dispensaries, they have hospitals, and the women or the girls which are educated by women, they are the ones who are educating the people to get more education, how they can live well, how they can farm, and with the help of the global church, because Africa is poor, poverty brings a lot in these issues. So with the aid from international, especially from here too, so we get more, energy or more stronger to be able to give the little we have and the aid from outside to help these people. But it is still a problem. This is still a problem. You can see even, let's not go far even in Africa. Let's say in Haiti, you see Haiti, how the earthquake happened. At the same time, you see there is a lot of orphans. Girls are being, married or raped. There's a lot of, people to get children from here. And 80% is a Catholic. They are, 80% or maybe they are Christian in church. So I wonder how the church also is looking at this issue, to see, yes, we support the family, they produce, but at the same time, how can you help these women continue with this life and with these children? Sometimes I get so sick when I see these little children. It's good to have family, but we need to help these women. We need to educate them. So there is a problem.
Thank you.
What do you see as, we talk about the global church, the two-thirds church, the African church, the Asian church, the Latin American church. What are the avenues that bring those churches together? So, because I would suspect that some of the issues and challenges are very, very simple. And so it would seem like where are those avenues for conversation as well as collective work?
Thank you very much. I'm grateful for that question, and I have to admit that I don't have the answer. And that is to say, really, that I think it's very important when you make that that the conversation should be inclusive in such a way that the different parts of this Christian global church can learn from one another. How does the church in Africa engage with the church in Asia, for example, or the church in Latin America with the church in Africa, or the church in Latin America with Asia? How does it? Because these are centers of growth, or centers of, to use the word, gravity. How do we engage with one another? What are areas of conversation? That's something that we would all have to think about. But I really want to say that there is a very, very valid point there that needs consideration. Because the problems we face, there's a sense in which the problems we face are similar. whether it's in the area of health or displacement or poverty or governance or corruption. There are common areas, or even the whole question of religious traditions,
Yes.
whether indigenous religious traditions or other faiths. How do we engage one another? How do we learn from one another? It's work to be done. Well, thank you.